Since 9/11, over 3 million Americans have deployed around the world to protect our country. And when one of these brave men and women come home with a severe injury, the greatest casualty is being forgotten. To make sure that doesn't happen, today we're going to share with you some of those incredible stories of courage. I'm Trace Adkins, and I've been supporting Wounded Warrior Project for over 10 years to honor and empower those who served and sacrificed so much for us. And one of those heroes is here with me today. This is Dan Nevins.
Hi, Trace.
Hello, Dan.
I am proud to be here with you, my friend.
I'm very proud to be here with you and to know you. I mean, what a hero. In all my years with Wounded Warrior Project, your story is one that really touched me. I want to thank you for your service and your sacrifice.
Trace, I want to thank you because you've helped give a voice to hundreds of thousands of wounded warriors. You've been an advocate on TV. I've seen you at multiple Wounded Warrior Project events, and your music often honors the brave who served our country.
Well, I believe that we all have a duty to honor those who fought for our country. And today, we're giving every American a way to do that through the Wounded Warrior Project.
Yes. After I was wounded in 2004, they were the first organization to reach out to me. And they've been a vital part of my recovery ever since. And now I want to introduce you to an Army medic named Alan. I wouldn't be alive today if not for the medic who saved my life on the battlefield. So Alan's courageous story is especially inspiring and relevant to me.
The events of September 11th directly impacted Alan's life and our family very much. It was the impetus for Alan joining the military, insisting on becoming a combat medic.
Another soldier was wounded. Alan left his covered position into open fire and got within 5 meters of the soldier when he was also wounded.
Because the firefight was so severe, they could not extract Alan from the battlefront for over 3 hours.
I was shocked when I saw him. He was non-responsive. He couldn't move his arms, couldn't move his legs. He really couldn't talk. He had a tracheotomy. But there was life in his eyes, absolutely life in his eyes.
Alan was one of the first very seriously wounded that came into Walter Reed Hospital. And I started hearing and reading about a new program called Wounded Warrior Project and backpacks that they were bringing to the wounded. Wounded Warrior Project began to provide hope at the bedside immediately. Alan had to learn to do everything all over again. As a parent who deployed their oldest child to war, I was prepared for one of two things: greeting him at an airport with flags flying, or a flag-draped coffin. I never expected, and none of us ever expect, that in between, and that he would come home and need assistance for daily activities for the rest of his life.
It took Alan almost 2 years to come home, but after that, it's just been nonstop. He's been moving forward ever since.
I don't really see myself as a hero. What I did, sure, it was heroic, but it was my job.
When I think of Wounded Warrior Project, I think of the direct impact they've had on my family. The first time we attended a ski event, my eyes were open to the possibilities.
I do a lot of skiing. It's a wonderful experience. I was just going, and I learned that you can actually ski with your arms.
He said, for the first time since I was in a wheelchair, I felt normal.
For those folks that give to Wounded Warrior Project, what I would say is I'm very appreciative. I'm a father of a Wounded Warrior soldier, and I cannot say in enough words how grateful I am for your assistance.
I'm gonna bring it up. Very good, buddy. Alan earned the Purple Heart and the Bronze Star with V Device for Valor for his actions on the battlefield. He is a true American hero. But Alan became my hero for the battle he continues to fight to get his life back.
Yeah, I looked at your homework, what you've been doing, and you've been doing fabulous.
That kid is an amazing young man.
He's taught me patience, courage, self-sacrifice.
It's freaking amazing. You don't realize what you have until you almost lose it.
These wounded warriors aren't going away. They're gonna be here for a long, long time.
I wish I could write a thank you letter to every American that has supported Wounded Warrior Project. We think of you daily and hold you in our prayers. You're changing lives.
Wow. I know that you all agree that warriors like Alan need our support. So please call or go online right now. Your gift today sends the message that Alan's sacrifice is not forgotten. With your pledge of $19 a month, you become part of our Advanced Guard monthly giving program. You'll receive a membership card and updates on the warriors that you're helping. And as a thank you for your support, we'll send you this special edition Wounded Warrior Project blanket, only available to donors of today's program.
I'm just one of many. So please don't stop giving.
I can't imagine my life without Wounded Warrior Project. Like many Wounded Warriors, I met them at my hospital bedside when they showed up with a backpack for me. To this day, that gift was the greatest and most significant gift I've ever received. And it's just another example of how Wounded Warrior Project just understands what veterans like me need.
And like everything at Wounded Warrior Project, it's only possible because of the generous Americans who donate.
Without the donors, none of this is possible.
I just want to say thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Your donation is an investment in our future. I am so grateful for your generosity.
It is a life you're saving, a family you're getting back together.
Without Wounded Warrior Project, I wouldn't know how much people really do care and how much they appreciate the sacrifices that soldiers like myself have made.
The donors have done so much. The veterans, we love you for it.
I don't think that they even know what they've given me.
I share in that same immense gratitude, especially for those who decide to call or go online with their gifts today. Another warrior you'll be supporting is this next hero named Eric.
Eric was a very active little redhead. He was hard to keep up with. As a teenager, he put us through our paces. He was a little troublemaker. So it really surprised us when he decided that he was going to join the military.
He wanted to be a combat engineer just like his dad. When I think of heroes, I think integrity, honor, commitment, and loyalty.
Eric was injured in Iraq. This is a model of Eric's skull that they created at Walter Reed. This is how much material they had to take out in Iraq to save his life. 6 months later, they created a plate to replace what he had lost. We didn't know what brain injury meant. We never heard of it. I've never read anything about it. I called Wounded Warrior Project and I said, we need help. They have so many programs that are so important and they help so many.
Eric is very busy with his therapy.
It's very slow, but he's still recovering little by little from month to month. And when you ask him, are you going to give up? He said, never.
My brother is my hero. He's an amazing, amazing man. I look up to him every day.
Eric is so severely injured. We weren't quite sure did they have a bike that he could use, and they said, we'll figure it out.
1, 2, 3.
They created this special bike, and we lifted him in, and Devin started pulling him, and they had a blast.
To look back and see the smile on his face, he felt a sense of freedom.
So when they saw that Devin was struggling on some of those hills, they came and pushed him up, and when they couldn't do it anymore, they would move out, and the next two came and pushed him up. I was crying. I'd never seen anything like this. This is how they work. Wounded Warrior Project, they don't leave anybody behind.
The Wounded Warrior Project stepped up. They have saved our family. Look at that handsome young man.
Eric is very positive, and he enjoys life. Are you proud of that one? You earned it. You sure did.
You sure did. I'm not sure pride or proud is the right word. But there's no other word to describe it.
We need to make sure these warriors, men and women alike, aren't forgotten.
Warriors like Eric, who sacrificed so much for us, need to know that we won't leave them behind. Our donors helped Eric's family receive programs and services that rebuilt their lives. Please join those who are already faithfully giving. Call or go online with your gift of just $19 a month. Those of you who do so during today's program only will receive this special edition Wounded Warrior Project blanket as a reminder of the men and women whose lives you're changing.
Not just changing, but saving. Because there are two silent killers that afflict wounded veterans: traumatic brain injury and post-traumatic stress disorder. Eric and I are just two of the over 300,000 veterans believed to have experienced traumatic brain injury while on deployment. And as many as 400,000 suffer every day with PTSD. But Wounded Warrior Project is doing something about this.
We have partnered with 4 research centers around the country to deliver cutting-edge, veteran-centric therapies for traumatic brain injuries and PTSD. Your gifts today will continue to fund these and other successful treatments for wounded veterans.
The need has never been greater for this life-saving research. When I meet a veteran who's suffering on the inside and that I see is in need of help, sometimes they'll say, I'm not wounded like you, or you're missing your legs and I'm fine. And I'll say, brother, it's not the wounds that you see that I'm dealing with right now. I'm physically healed. My body's not bleeding anymore. It's the wounds that you don't see that Wounded Warrior Project is helping me heal from right now. I know the dark places that post-traumatic stress disorder can take you. And I don't want to lose another one of my brothers and sisters after they come home.
Yes. That's why Wounded Warrior Project's work is so urgently needed. This next story is about an extraordinary warrior who also needed help getting through some dark times.
I was deployed 3 times, 2 times to Iraq, 1 to Afghanistan. In my platoon, I was a machine gunner. My job, it's called Overwatch, to watch over other Marines. Our vehicle ended up hitting an improvised explosive device. I really thought this was it.
Anthony sustained 78% total body surface area burns. He was in a drug-induced coma for 3 months. I never left his side.
My lowest point was when I woke up and saw myself in the mirror. I just couldn't believe it. My first introduction to Wounded Warrior Project was in that first week when I was just ready to give up. To actually have another wounded veteran come into the room, seeing him and his injuries gave me hope. Just to hear him say, I know what you're going through, it brought calmness over me.
Wounded Warrior Project asks us the hard questions like, are you being taken care of? Do you need anything? You're not alone.
When I came home, everything was just a struggle. Just getting a spoon out from the drawer was a task in itself. I was just so worried, me thinking, how am I gonna provide for my family now? I was still struggling with the way I looked. I just pretty much locked myself in my house for a while. I'm glad that Wounded Warrior Project pushed me to get better. Going to that first event, really eye-opening. Guys that are missing legs, guys missing arms, you look at yourself and you're like, wow, what am I crying about? Other guys doing it. Why can't I do it? I have three loves in my life. The United States Marine Corps, my family, and Wounded Warrior Project. You've just helped me see that despite my injuries and my changed appearance, that I am worthy of incredible love. When I found out that we were having a son, I was so happy. I was just so ready to have somebody to look after. I've come such a long way from being so helpless to now.
And then he's the one that buys all the cool toys.
Give me a kissy.
And he's a great dad.
I'm able to take care of him, knowing that I'm a protector again of a human being, of my son. Shot my confidence through the roof. Wounded Warrior Project helped me through my lowest times and my hardest times. And not just me, but my wife as well. Where's Mama? There she is.
Thank you to the Wounded Warrior Project for having the courage to walk into that hospital room and wanting to get to know us and our story.
Please, join Wounded Warrior Project with your gift now in turning around the lives of more veterans like Anthony. Any amount helps, but a monthly pledge of $19 a month is the best way to ensure that our brave heroes receive our support for many years to come. And as a special thank you, we'll send you this limited edition Wounded Warrior Project blanket as a reminder of the difference that your gifts are making.
Your donations have gotten thousands of injured veterans out of the house. On the surface, these activities look like fun and games, but let me tell you, the real benefit comes when these veterans start talking to each other afterward. There's absolutely no substitute for being with other wounded service members who instantly understand what you've been through.
That's right. Wounded Warrior Project brings those veterans together and provides them the tools that they need to rebuild their lives.
Wounded Warrior Project was founded to help all veterans who were injured on or after 9/11. September 11th, 2001 was a day that none of us will forget.
I was crossing the bridge with my grandfather and watched the towers come down.
In a blink of an eye, everything changed.
I made 3 phone calls that day. One was to my father to tell him I was okay. The second one was to my mother, and the third one was to my recruiter.
I'm thinking, they're gonna attack us in our country?
I enlisted in the service because of 9/11. I love my country, and I just wanted to make a difference.
All of us wearing the uniform knew that we were headed to war. I wanted to do everything that I could to make sure that something like that never happened again.
I've always wanted to serve something bigger than me. I'd do it again. I'd do it all over again.
Wow. Hearing how those warriors felt called to service stirs a lot of emotion in me, and I know it does in you.
Absolutely. It hits home every time I think about it. And after this next story, we hope that you'll feel called to donate and make a difference. Our final amazing hero is named Eric.
Eric was always a happy-go-lucky kid.
In a perfect world, Eric probably would rather be out fishing.
9/11 happened, and he went and joined the Army. We're real proud that he was willing to serve.
When we got the call that Eric had been injured, it was in the middle of the night. An explosion had happened, and Eric had been hurt. That was a very scary time for all of us. Wounded Warrior Project came right from the get-go. They've been a constant in Eric's whole recovery. Home again, home again. And there you are over there. That was the last soldier ride you went on. Remember that? Yep, in May.
To be a husband and father, that it was so important to him. And Stephanie never left his side.
Where you go out with one leg and the other leg?
Eric met Stephanie on a blind date. That's how they met.
Eric came to pick me up. You know those feelings you get that make you excited to spend time with him? He was funny and caring. He's just a wonderful husband.
Wounded Warrior Project, we're here when we were going through some real dark times, and they never forgot about us.
All right, Eric, you got this. Push and stand up nice and tall. Push your butt in front.
When Eric came home, he couldn't lift his arms.
Shoulders back.
You know, he's lifting 75 pounds, and wouldn't be possible if it weren't for the Wounded Warrior Project.
Good. Now.
And one of his biggest goals is to walk. He wants to walk someday.
Wide.
Eric's worked so hard to get here.
Woo! Catch your breath. That was awesome. That was really well done.
I cannot say enough about what Wounded Warrior Project has done for this young man. Before Eric was injured, he dabbled in painting. Wounded Warrior Project, they fund his, paints, brushes, canvases. It allows him to express his thoughts or his ideas.
He painted a picture of the kids flying a kite at the beach. Makes you emotional, because you know he's thought long and hard about it. You children are cheating. It went to blue.
He's been a very supportive dad. He's caring, loving, funny.
Beth and Ed go.
My name is Hunter. I am 9 years old. He makes me happy. He's a good dad.
He's come a long ways, and he doesn't give up.
My life is not what I planned, but it is my life, and I have learned to love and appreciate what I have.
All right, Eric, you got this.
We're very grateful for Wounded Warrior Project. They do a lot for Eric and for other service members.
My life is proof that the dollars donated by the great people of this nation are not wasted. God bless all of you.
Eric said it best. You know, when people, they donate to make these things happen, like to take care of the things that need to happen so he can be a husband and a father. Like, that's so powerful.
Yeah, he's an amazing man.
Absolutely.
And Eric is just one of so many young veterans who served our country with honor. And now they need our sustained support. Please call or go online at helpwarriors.org and join the Advance Guard for $19 a month. Become a part of the incredible difference that our nation's public is making in the lives of wounded warriors and their families. Dan, when you see all these stories of your fellow warriors, what is it that strikes you most?
Wow, there's so much, actually. And I see myself in many of these stories. And one thing that has resonated with me is that when a warrior serves, it's actually the whole family that serves. And in my case, when I was lying on the side of that road in Iraq, with both of my legs basically destroyed, I was preparing to die. And yeah, I was trying to stop the bleeding, but in my heart, I was saying goodbye to my wife and my daughter. And you know, people often say that when you're about to die, your life flashes before your eyes. And in my case, I actually saw my daughter's life. And I'll never forget imagining her getting married one day with no dad to walk her down the aisle.
That's a heartbreaking thought for a young parent to be thinking about that. And it reminds me why we all have a duty to honor those who answered the call. But fortunately for you, your daughter didn't lose her father, and here you are.
Yes, indeed, Trace, I did survive that attack. But when a wounded warrior is finally flown to safety, their new battles are only just beginning. For some of those, like me, it seems like countless surgery and many months spent in the hospital. And when I finally got home, I still had a lot of internal healing that needed to happen. And that's where donor's generosity not only benefits a warrior, but our entire family. For every veteran who successfully learns how to thrive in their new normal, that's an entire family who gets back their husband or wife, their brother or sister, or son or daughter, or their mom and dad.
That's right. Our mission isn't over until all wounded warriors are on the road to recovery. We need to make sure that those with physical injuries and the invisible wounds of war have the care that they need for the rest of their lives. So for the final time, I'm asking you to join our mission to never forget those who sacrificed so much for us. If you haven't taken a moment to give yet, please do so now. Please call or go online at helpwarriors.org with your gift of only $19 a month. Your donations make sure that our free programs and services are available until every wounded warrior has rebuilt their life.
And I want to offer every donor who gives today my heartfelt thanks for your generosity. You've changed my life, and there are thousands more lives we can touch with your help. I've been fortunate to have made a life of service to others, and I know how good it feels to give, and it really feels good. So give yourself that good feeling today, and know that us warriors are deeply grateful for your support. It has been an honor to spend time with you today, Trace.
It's been mine. Thank you, Dave.
And with you all. Thank you so much.
Our phone lines will remain open to take your calls, and you can always visit us online at helpwarriors.org. Thank you for your time. God bless.